Self-care is often imagined as grand gestures or dramatic life changes, but in reality, it is the small, consistent habits that quietly shape who we are. Simple routines, little moments of attention to ourselves, and intentional choices can accumulate to create remarkable differences over time. These small acts not only enhance our well-being, but also cultivate a steady, grounded presence that sets us apart in how we navigate daily life. Stoic philosophy has long emphasized the value of cultivating the mind and character through daily practice. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." For the Stoics, personal growth isn't about grand declarations, but about the quiet, repeated actions that mold our character. Mindful habits, thoughtful reflection, and consistent attention to one's own well-being were all seen as ways to live a life of virtue, clarity, and inner strength. Small choices, made deliberately, shape a person's resilience, wisdom, and sense of purpose. As we move through life, it becomes clear that these small self-care habits quietly influence every aspect of our experience, from how we respond to challenges to how we relate to others. So, the question arises, what tiny, deliberate practices could you introduce into your daily routine that would gradually transform your mind, your energy, and your life for the better? If you found these insights helpful, don't just scroll by, join the conversation. Hit subscribe to stay connected, give this post a like to show your support, and share your thoughts in the comments. What small habits are already shaping your life? Or which ones are you inspired to try? Your experiences could inspire someone else to take that first step toward a calmer, stronger, and more mindful life. 1. Daily meditation. In the rush of daily life, our minds are often pulled in 100 directions at once, leaving little space for reflection or calm. Daily meditation is a simple habit that creates that space, a few quiet minutes to observe thoughts, breathe deeply, and reconnect with yourself. Over time, these moments build mental clarity, reduce stress, and strengthen the inner resilience that allows you to face challenges with steadiness rather than agitation. The Stoics recognized the power of pausing and reflecting. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have to go to work to deal with people and events, many of which are beyond my control, but I can face them with reason and calm.'" While he emphasized reason and awareness, daily meditation offers a practical way to cultivate that calm before the day even begins. It trains the mind to notice patterns, release unnecessary tension, and approach life with thoughtful intention. Real-life examples show how small meditation habits can make a difference. A farmer, sitting quietly before sunrise, notices the wind, the light, and the rhythm of life around him. He starts the day grounded and focused. A student, taking 5 minutes before classes, breathes and centers attention, approaching the day with clarity instead of stress. These brief, repeated practices accumulate quietly, reshaping thoughts, emotional responses, and overall well-being. Mornings are an ideal time for meditation, but any moment of pause counts. As you begin your day, ask yourself, how can I carve out a small space to center my mind, even for a few minutes? By committing to this tiny habit consistently, you create the foundation for greater focus, calm, and personal growth, letting each day begin with intention and presence. 2. Cutting off or reducing social media. Our attention is constantly pulled in 100 directions by notifications, news feeds, and endless scrolling. Reducing or cutting off social media, even just for a few hours a day, creates a rare space for focus, reflection, and calm. By reclaiming this time, we allow our minds to recharge, our thoughts to settle, and our energy to return to things that truly matter. This small habit quietly strengthens our awareness and resilience, helping us engage with life rather than being swept along by it. The Stoics valued deliberate attention and the careful management of the mind. Seneca once said, "We are always complaining that our days are few and acting as though there would be no end of them. Endless scrolling distracts from the present, feeding worry and restlessness." By limiting exposure to constant stimuli, we create mental space for reflection, gratitude, and deliberate action, the same qualities the Stoics prized as essential to a well-lived life. Everyday examples illustrate the impact. A teacher who turns off social media notifications in the morning finds she can plan her day and focus on students without distraction. A young man who leaves his phone aside during meals reconnects with family conversation, noticing small joys he had been missing. Even small reductions, checking messages only twice a day, bring noticeable calm, helping thoughts and emotions remain centered rather than scattered. Mornings or evenings are ideal moments to decide how much social media you will allow in your life. Ask yourself, how can I reclaim even a small portion of my attention from endless scrolling? By introducing this habit gradually, you create space for focus, clarity, and personal growth, making room for the thoughts, relationships, and experiences that truly enrich your life. 3. Walking in nature. In the midst of busy routines and constant stimulation, taking a walk in nature is a simple yet profound habit. The act of moving through natural spaces allows the mind to slow down, the body to release tension, and our senses to reconnect with the world around us. These small, intentional walks give us space to reflect, breathe, and reset, quietly strengthening our sense of calm and focus. The Stoics often highlighted the restorative power of connecting with the natural world. Marcus Aurelius observed, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look." While he emphasized inner reflection, walking in nature provides a tangible way to cultivate that clarity. Observing the rhythm of trees, the sound of birds, or the feel of a breeze encourages mindfulness, helping us remain present and attentive to the simplicity and beauty around us. Consider the everyday impact. A mother who walks through the park after dropping children at school notices her stress dissolving, replaced by clear thoughts and calm energy. A student strolling along a quiet trail between classes feels renewed focus and a lift in mood, ready to engage with the day's challenges. Even short walks, when repeated daily, quietly transform perspective, grounding emotions and nurturing a resilient, centered mind. Mornings, afternoons, or evenings can all become opportunities for these small journeys. Ask yourself, how can I step outside, even briefly, to reconnect with the rhythm of life around me? By making these walks a consistent habit, you give your mind a chance to breathe, your body a chance to move, and yourself a chance to approach each day with renewed clarity, presence, and strength. 4. Practice gratitude. In the chaos of daily life, it's easy to focus on what's missing or what's going wrong. Practicing gratitude, even in small moments, shifts the mind toward what is already good, nourishing a sense of contentment and inner peace. Writing down a few things you're thankful for, or simply reflecting on them quietly, can reframe your mindset, helping you notice opportunities, joys, and strengths that often go overlooked. The Stoics placed great value on recognizing what life offers rather than lamenting what it does not. Epictetus taught, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Gratitude, in this sense, is more than a feeling. It is a practice of perspective. By consistently acknowledging what we already possess, we train the mind to respond with calm and appreciation, rather than frustration and envy. Practical examples show the power of this habit. A teacher begins each morning listing 3 small things she appreciates and finds her patience and empathy growing with students. A young professional, reflecting on what went right in his day before sleep, notices reduced anxiety and a stronger sense of purpose. These small, deliberate acts of recognition accumulate silently, reshaping emotional responses and nurturing resilience in ways that are subtle but profound. Any time can become a moment to practice gratitude, but mornings and evenings are especially effective. Ask yourself, what are 3 things today that I can truly appreciate? By introducing this small habit into your daily routine, you invite a calmer, more focused mind, a lighter heart, and a subtle but lasting shift toward seeing life with clarity, perspective, and contentment. 5. Set small, achievable goals. Big ambitions can be inspiring, but they can also feel overwhelming. One of the most effective habits is setting small, achievable goals that guide your daily actions and build momentum over time. These manageable steps help you create structure, celebrate progress, and stay motivated without the stress of trying to tackle everything at once. The Stoics emphasized consistent effort and mindful progress. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't be satisfied with stories how things have gone with others." Unfold your own myth. By focusing on small, deliberate goals, we take ownership of our lives and cultivate discipline, clarity, and personal growth. Each completed step reinforces confidence, quiets inner doubt, and strengthens our ability to respond to life with intention rather than reaction. Practical examples reveal the power of this approach. A student divides a challenging assignment into tiny tasks and finds that steady progress keeps anxiety at bay. A professional commits to one small act of organization each morning and discovers that his day flows more smoothly, with less stress and more satisfaction. Small goals compound silently, creating lasting change without the pressure of immediate perfection. Mornings or evenings are ideal for planning these small steps. Ask yourself, what is one achievable goal I can complete today that will move me forward? By consistently introducing small, intentional goals into your routine, you cultivate focus, build resilience, and gradually transform your habits and mindset into a foundation for long-term success and well-being. 6. Deep breathing. Amid the constant rush of daily life, it's easy to feel tense, distracted, or overwhelmed. One simple yet powerful habit to counter this is deep breathing. Taking a few intentional, slow breaths can immediately calm the nervous system, center your mind, and bring clarity. Over time, this practice trains the body and mind to respond to stress with composure rather than panic. The Stoics often emphasized the connection between mind and body, teaching that controlling our inner state is key to living well. Seneca wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." Deep breathing helps us separate our reactions from our fears, giving space to observe situations clearly rather than being swept away by impulsive emotion. Practical examples show how transformative this can be. A teacher pauses between classes to focus on slow breaths and notices greater patience with students. A driver stuck in traffic uses deep breathing to release tension and drive more safely. These moments, small and intentional, accumulate, strengthening resilience and improving overall well-being quietly but profoundly. Mornings before the day begins, or evenings before sleep, are perfect opportunities for deep breathing. Pause for a few breaths and ask yourself, how can I use these moments to center myself and respond with calm today? By making deep breathing a small, consistent habit, you cultivate a steady mind, a lighter heart, and the ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and clarity. Thank you for staying with me until the end. By taking just a few moments each day to focus on your breath, you're not only calming your mind, but also strengthening your inner resilience. These small acts, repeated consistently, quietly transform your life and your ability to handle challenges with clarity and calm. Remember, true change doesn't always come from grand gestures. It often begins with something as simple as a single, intentional breath. Keep practicing, and notice how these tiny moments of mindfulness ripple into every part of your day.